Hi everybody, it's Ben from Art Less Ordinary. So I am going to do a swipe. I think I'm going to do a ghost type of swipe using some different colours again. So this time I'm using, and my pronunciation is a bit difficult, dioxazine purple, which is a transparent, quinacridone magenta, which is a transparent, and titanium rose, which is an opaque. So they're the three colours, and the fourth one is going to be decoart Americana metallics in the 24K gold. So that is my plan. I'm hoping this turns out good. I will also be, where can I put these? Over here. So I've mixed up all of those about 3-to-1 floetrol. So the gold was probably 2.5-to-1 floetrol, and the actual colours were three parts floetrol to 1 part paint. And then I have eraldo di paulo black, which I have mixed 4-to-1 with floetrol. So this is going to be the base colour, and then the other ones I'm going to do the swipe over the top. So I will go off camera while I do the black, and then I'll come back once I've coated the canvas. Okay, I'm back. So all as I do is pour the black on, spread it around with my palette knife, and then I tilt it until it's even. So, because that's what you want, a really nice, even, shiny surface. The only bad thing is, sometimes my camera doesn't like to focus properly because it picks up my reflection in the floetrol. So every so often when I do this, I just come and check the video to make sure that it is actually still in focus. Pardon me. So now I have to pick what order I want to do my colours in. So I think I'm going to do the darker magenta. I'm terrible with that pronunciation. So remember, when you pour it, start off the canvas on the tray or whatever surface you have, and then go onto the canvas and go all the way to off the edge again. If you start actually on the canvas, you get too much paint at the beginning. It's a lesson I've learned a couple of times now. So I've always learned, so now I go start off the canvas, even just a centimetre, and then go across. So the middle should be about here. And you can do however type of wavy or straight line. I like to do a wave. What it does is it means that sometimes when I swipe this way I'm picking up the magenta, and another time I'll be picking up a different colour. And you can do a tighter wave, or sometimes this is probably the most spaced out wave I've actually done. But these are also different colours I haven't used. So this purple is quite dark, but it should show up through the other colours. So we go off the canvas and then on. So I don't also use a lot of paint when I do it this way, because by the time you've put your 4 colours on, usually you've got quite enough. So I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with the gold last. So I'm going to use now titanium pink, which this one here should give me nice lacing, very similar to like a titanium white would. And again, I did a slightly different wiggly line. And then my gold. So just remember, with this gold, it has what we call, what I call a bleeding effect. So it doesn't always stay in place. It tends to bleed a little bit. But that's also what gives you kind of a cool effect. So it's just what it does. And because it's mixed with floetrol, it's a little bit dull at the moment, but it shines up once it's dry. So now we just have to start swiping. So again, I'm going to do all one side and then go do the other. I will admit, I actually think my line is probably slightly, it's even here, but I think I've gone a little bit off to that side by the time I've got to the other end. Doesn't really matter. So with here, just go half of it, grab half, swipe down, and then, ooh, excellent. And I do this all the time. I didn't set up my paper towel. So this titanium pink is giving me excellent lacing already. And when I mean excellent, I mean fantastic. Clean your card off. And if you don't like the edge where you finished, overlap a little bit. If you like the edge, then don't overlap. So see the effect that that titanium pink is giving me. So I believe the titanium pink is probably like, will give me similar effects to a titanium white, but it's just got a little bit of red or pink in it to give it a slight different tone. But I'm going to love that because it's going to mix really well with the magenta and the purple. And then the gold's just going to be in there for some extra effects. So I'm actually really happy with this. I saw it the other day and I thought, maybe I should do more pinks because, you know what? I do actually like pink. Just don't tell my friends. And yeah, as you get to the end, you can go all the way to the end if you like. I tend to like to lift it just beforehand. Sometimes you can lift the whole card as one. Sometimes you just lift one edge and it gives you more points. So it's not always as easy to get, like that first one has got the best wisp in it at all. These other ones aren't as defined, but it's not always easy to get it perfect. Doing the wispy bit can sometimes be the most difficult part. So as you can see, the gold here is very defined lacing. As you get to, once it's old, see how it's bleeding a little bit? That's what the gold does. But at the same point in time, it does add to the effects. Because the pink and the other colours won't do that. Nowhere near as much, but the gold will. And it doesn't matter if you make it thinner, it will still do it. It's just the way that this gold works. So if you don't want that, don't put the gold in it. Just use the 3 other colours. Maybe add a 4th colour in there. If I would have added a 4th colour, I probably... maybe a nice blue, like a cerulean blue or something. But remember, cerulean blue is going to be an opaque as well. Well, in this brand it is. So that might behave a little bit differently. It will be similar to how this pink's going. So I know everyone doesn't watch or listen to the whole talking of the videos, but do remember I do give tips from things I have learnt. So I don't mind if you fast forward, but if you do listen to the whole video, if you're just starting out, you are best to watch the whole video because you will get tips that I have learnt from doing it myself and things I have heard other people mention. So I've tried that myself and it's like, well, you know what, they're right, that does actually work. So sometimes listening to the whole video can actually be beneficial. But if you're experienced and you just want to see the artwork, then go ahead. Either way, you do what you feel is good for you. But yeah, sometimes, and that's not just with me, that's with other people too. If you are new, watch the people's videos in the entirety. You will learn a lot of information and it will save you from making mistakes. And believe me, we all make mistakes. But if you learn them earlier on, you're less likely to waste as much paint from making the same mistake all the time. So that's why people do videos. It's not just to teach, but it's also to help people that are new not make the same mistake that we've made. So it is quite a beneficial thing to do. This is such the hardest part. Alright, that wasn't so difficult. I just got black fingers. Oh, now that I've turned it around, I can see how beautiful that gold is in there. But this is coming up really well. You've got really nice lacing in quite a bit of it. So I've done quite a few different swipes when I first started, before I was doing videos, and you can get really, really good effects. Opaques usually give you better effects, but then the transparents will give you nice colours within the opaque. So you are best to kind of mix it up a little bit, but not always, because I have got a couple that I've used just plain opaques with, and it's probably one of my most favourite swipes I've ever done. So, and now what I want to do is, I don't want to leave any of this paint in the middle. Well, when I mean leave it, I mean I don't want to leave like where I poured. I want to try to get to where I started doing the swipe from the other side and then pull that down. And just always make sure your cards are level. If they're not level, you can get little gouges like that slightly there. I'm just going to overlap that so then I can catch, and hopefully, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So again, I've done that little mark, so I'm just going to overlap so then I can get rid of that little mark. Ooh, that was nice. Sometimes you go, that was a great swipe, and other times you go, what was I thinking? That swipe didn't do so good at all. But these are fun and they're quick painting to do, and I actually get really, really good responses from doing these. A lot of people really like these ghost swipes. I will admit they are one of my favourites. I think they go well in a lot of houses. They kind of will suit quite a few situations. Not everyone wants a flip cup in their lounge room or somewhere. As much as I love flip cups, they're probably one of my favourites. But these are probably a little bit easier placed in a home than a flip cup would be. Just depending on the situation. But if you were going to go do a lounge room, this is quite good. And so I'm actually going to do this in quite a big canvas. So because these paints here are a little bit more expensive compared to the black base, but I used 4 grams of paint with these three colours, 4 grams of paint and 12 grams of floetrol. And as you can see, I've used maybe 1/3. I've probably got enough here to do 2 more of these paintings. So really, 4 grams of paint to do 3 paintings on a 12 by 16 size is absolutely, like, really, really good. So it's one that you can do a larger painting and you haven't felt like you've used up too much paint. You are using more of the black, but the black I use is the Eraldo de Paulo, which is a cheaper, it's a cheaper paint, but it's still quite good quality. Okay, let's finish this off. Oh, that one skipped a little bit. And if you want to do a whole painting where you pulled it all the way to the end, absolutely. Mix and match, try it up. This is called acrylic pouring, and it's also abstract art. So it is at your own desire, you do what you like. Don't ever think that you have to do something a certain way. Even my paper towel's so shiny from that gold. So yeah, as you can see, the cells in the gold have opened up and kind of bled a little bit, but the cells in these other colours are still really strong and defined. So you'll find that all the way along you're going to get bits with nice defined cells, mostly because of the titanium pink, titanium rose I think it is. But the gold will do its bleeding bit, but that's the fun part. So later on when this dries, and it actually shimmers up the other colours as well. By the gold swiping through the other colours, it makes them get a nice shimmer. I'm so happy with this one. I love these colours. So it's not too pink where I feel like it's a girl painting. And there's no such thing as a girl or boy painting, but you know what I mean. It's not over feminine because there's not too much pink in it. And you've got this nice rich, like, royally purple that comes through. Then you've got the gold in there. Fantastic, super happy. So when I put my videos up, this video I virtually upload tonight, so I don't always get a chance to show my dried paintings with the gold in it. So I have paintings I've done recently, but this one doesn't have any gold. This is that that was a kiss pour, I think. That was my kiss pour I did. The colours don't always come through in the camera as well, but that's dried up now, so that's good. But yeah, I'm going to bring you down to have a look at this, so be back in a second. And we're back. Look at those colours. Fantastic. And I'm glad that that pink is, it's the titanium pink is just a slight pink tone, so it's not so much white, it just has a little bit of colour through it. But let's come down and have a look at these cells. Focus, there we go. So as you can see, they're tighter, if I can keep they're quite tight over here, where they're gone through the titanium rose. And in this area here, where they've gone through the 24K gold, they bleed a little bit, but that's really cool, because then you get these nice pink ones in there. It's hard to always show with the camera. And over here we've got purple streaks with them, pink in there. I'm trying to go slow and keep it in focus, but look at all these colours, and they're all swiped through. Look at this end here, we got pink, purple, gold and rose all coming through. This is a really, really nice painting. I'm happy. I'm really happy with this. Well, I think it's a nice painting. So, this is my ghost swipe. And I like it. I'll try and show you it on camera once it's dry, in another pouring, so you can actually see. So subscribe if you haven't already, share, like, leave comments, tell me if you think that there was a different colour that would have gone well. But I'm absolutely loving this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.